Welcome back. In this video, we're going to learn about numbers. They are actually quite simple in Chinese. Each number is only one syllable, and each column, like 10, 100, thousands, is also just one syllable. And so you'll find that basically Chinese numbers are quite easy. But again, you're unfamiliar with them, and you need to get used to them. So here we'll go over the digits first, 0 through 9, and then we'll do 10, 100, and 1,000. And basically knowing these few numbers right here and a couple of a couple of small rules, you can count from 0 to 9,999. So you might not be able to do that easily right away, but just with what I'm going to tell you in this video, you will be able to do that. Ling, that's 0. Ling, you can say it with me if you'd like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. That's 10. So ling is 0. Er. Now remember, e changes tone if something comes after it, but when it's by itself, you just say first tone. 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hand motions 1 through 5 are all the same basically as what we would know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But then in China, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or sometimes 10. So those are hand motions you can learn. They're actually used in China on the street to talk about things, to emphasize. You can use hand motions to do the numbers, 1 through 10. Okay, so that's the digits, and then 10 is shi, shi, second tone. The to be verb is shi, fourth tone. So this sounds different. And then we have bai. Bai is 100. And then we have qian, which is 1,000. So bai, shi, 10, bai, qian. Now, fortunately, the numbers work very similarly in Chinese to English in that we go from big to small. So if you want to say 9,999, you go 1,000, 100, 90. So that's the tens, and then 9. So 9,999. In Chinese, you go the same direction. And in fact, there's a general principle in China that often, when talking about anything, we go from big to small. And so this actually plays the same way, goes the same way. So when you go big to small, so for 11 to 19, so if you go, we have 0 to 10, we kind of know that. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. From 10 until, or if it's from 11 to 19, what you say is, you don't say e, you just say shi, 10, and then the number. So 11 is shi, so 10, 1 is 11. Shi, 10, 2 is 12, up to 19, shi, 9. That's 10, 9, 19. So while it's not necessarily intuitive for us, it's super easy. You just literally say 10 and then the number that's next. So you have this column, and then you go to the digits. This unit, that's the word I'm looking for, unit. This unit, and then you go to the digit to make. So then when you go to 20, you just say the number of tens and then the digit. So if you want to say 22, you say 2, shi, 10, 2. 20, 2. So it's like 20 is how many tens do we have? We have 2 tens. 20, that's 20, and then 2 is the number. So super easy. If you want to say 30 something, it's 30 number. 38, 38. And on the way up to 99. 99 would be 99. 9, 10, so 9 tens and then 9. 99. Super easy. So when you get to 100, if it's 100, it's 100, because it's 100. 100. And then you keep on. So now, if you want to say 111, you do it like this. 100, that's 100. 100, and then 1 shi 1. So here it's a little bit different from just saying 11, because when you say 11, it's 11, it's just 10-1. But here we're saying 100 and 110-1. That's one, so it's like 111. 111, it's 100, 110, and then 1. So 111, 111. And so that's a little bit tricky because once you skip past just the normal teens like 11, 12, 13, 14, then you have to put the number before the sure. But that's not too hard to get used to. And then we, let's see, we're going to go to, and then if it's 1,000, we just do, like, let's say we're going to do 9,999. So it's 9,000, 9,000, 900, 900, 90, 9 tens, 9,999. And so actually, I don't know if you're following all that, but it's really simple. You just do the number of the unit, the number of the unit, the number of the unit, the number of the unit. So really, really easy. Now, there are a couple of rules here about what to do when you skip units or when you don't have extra units at the end. And so I'll go into that now. So whenever you skip a unit or more than one unit, you add the number ling in the middle. So let's say we're going to say 105. 105. And what that does is it kind of indicates to the listener, oh, we've skipped a unit. Now, if you skip 3 units, like not 3, 2. Let's say we're doing 1,001. We're skipping both hundreds and tens. So 1,001. So we don't say ling twice. Just the ling indicates that some number of units has been skipped, either 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 if we're talking about huge numbers. So 1,001, that's 1,001. So whenever you skip a unit, you add a ling in there to indicate units have been skipped. So that is something to get used to, but it's not that difficult. And so now, and then there's one more rule that I'll talk about these are some examples. When we get here, I'll explain that other rule. Okay, so this is 67, 67, that's 610, it's 6 tens. 67, 109, 100, we skipped the tens unit, so we have to say ling. 109, 109. 150, the full phrase would be 150, because we have 100, 100, and then 5 tens, 50, 150, and because it's not 55, we just stop at 10, right? So it's 50, 50, 150. But there's this thing in Chinese when you have like units that are skipped at the end, you can just, that are round, like they're big numbers like 150 as opposed to 155, you can just say 150, 150. You can drop off the last unit. And it's like understood that if you drop the units, that the last one is right after this one. So this is hundreds to tens, because after hundreds come tens. So if I say 150, the wu is understood to be the one less unit than this one. So 150. Here if I say 1,500, 1,500, that means it's 1,500 because it's understood that it goes from 1,000 to 500. So 1,500 would be 1,500, or you can say the whole phrase 1,500. Does that make sense? Hope so. And then I want to point out, if we want to say 1,050, we'd say 1,050, because we skipped a unit, so we have to have a ling, 1,050. And then here, if we want to talk about 1,005, we'd say 1,005. So those are numbers. It's actually quite simple. I went through that quite fast, but I hope you get the idea that it's actually not that difficult. It is a little different from English, but with just these basic building blocks, literally 1 to 9, and then 10, 100, and 1,000, you can put those blocks together to say any number from 0 to 9,999. So that is pretty cool.